In this video, we're going to learn how to use time stretch settings from AinTransitions extension like a pro. You'll find the time stretch settings by clicking this time stretch tab on the top menu. It is worth noting that all the settings from the top menu are only for transitions. As we can see, there are only 4 icons inside, so it won't take much time. When you hover over each of these icons, this displays a tooltip with the title, so you can always understand what each icon is responsible for. Okay, let's look at the icons one by one. But first, choose a transition which we will use as a test, like this one. This goes from bottom to top. Yeah, this will work. So the first icon, time reverse. Let's apply this to the transition and see what happens. So this first icon, time reverse, let's apply this to the transition and see what happens. As we see, the transition is reflected and now has the reverse order. This is emphasized by a strip below. In the preview, we can see that this is the same transition, but in the reverse order, that is, the effect goes from top to bottom. A second click on the settings icon will return the transition to its original state. Go to the next icon, adjust speed with linear time remapping keyframes. By default, this option is already applied to the transition. Therefore, we will explain what it is for. The icon adds linear keyframes and special expression to a time remap property of transition. This is necessary so that you can easily change the duration, speed of the transition, changing the in or out points, like this. We moved the in point to the left and the transition became slower. Or we moved the in point to the left and the transition became slower to the transition point. Moreover, since linear keyframes are used, the transition speed is linear. In other words, just like we did inside the transition, but either faster or slower depending on the position of the in or out points. If we go to the graph editor, we will see that the graph is linear and accordingly the transition speed is uniform. Now let's apply the keyframes with interpolation by clicking on the icon with the letter E. As we can see, the speed graph has changed. Now it has segments both with increasing speed and with attenuation of speed. In simpler terms, in some segments, the transition will go more smoothly, in some more quickly. If you're a professional and you need to, then you can change this graph. Okay, let's go back and see that now the keyframes have a different look. It's easy ease keyframes. If you want to return to the view with linear keyframes, then you just need to click on the icon with the letter L and everything will return to the default state. So we have one icon left. It is manual time stretch icon. Surely you already know that this can make the transition faster or slower. In essence, it is the same way to change the speed as with the help of the in or out points, but at the same time, the transition here preserves proportions, making the whole transition faster or slower, while with the help of the in or out points, you change the parts of the transition point or after it, and the proportions can be changed. Okay, let's test it. Make sure that our composition is active and return to the extension. Click on the icon. There is an additional input where we can enter a new speed value. If we want to make the transition faster, then we must enter a value of less than 100. If we want to make the transition slower, we must enter a value greater than 100. Let's do it 2 times faster. As we can see, visually the transition has become 2 times shorter. Now let's check how it looks. Yeah, it definitely got faster. This is where we end this video. In the next video, we will consider the following menu tab, Advanced Settings. So I hope you found this video useful, and remember to watch the rest of the videos in this series so you can use this pack with confidence. So this video tutorial for this section is over. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates on new products and offers.